Wait a moment. This isn't a furry visual novel.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Game, and it's something about sort of the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Tanabe's Keisuke's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it. All the Patreon stuff will be at the end of the video. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go, girl. Alright. Because I was trying to get you out of an uncomfortable situation. Isn't that obvious? Yeah, well, you didn't have to be so harsh on him. Telling the truth is being harsh. He asked a question. You didn't have to do that. You had your eyes fixed on either your feet or the far-off distance the whole time during that conversation. Your smile wouldn't reach your eyes, and the corners of your mouth kept twitching over and over. It was quite clear you were uncomfortable. I appreciate the concern, but I wasn't uncomfortable. I was nervous. If anything, the only thing making me uncomfortable was seeing your face scrunching up more and more as the conversation went on. Nervous? Why? Because I could see the look on your face. My face? What about my face? Please, you stopped just short of growling at him like an angry dog. You were glaring at us the whole time, and you got more and more scrunchy as the conversation went along. You looked pissed. What? I'm not pissed. Then tell that to your face. Okay, Keisuke stops himself mid-sentence, instead choosing to take a deep breath and calm himself. After doing it a few times, he opens his eyes to look straight at me. Although it lasts only a second before his gaze soon shifts somewhere else once again. I'm not mad or anything, I promise. I was frustrated, I guess. I was supposed to be hanging out with my boyfriend, and we were having such a good time, too. Then all of a sudden you were talking about all these things I didn't know about. Maybe I was a little bit better since I was feeling left out of the conversation. But I swear, as soon as I noticed how off you were acting, the only thing in my mouth was trying to end things as soon as possible. The only thing in my mouth? Was trying to end things as soon as possible because I didn't want you to feel uncomfortable. From where I was standing, you looked a little jealous, that's what. But I don't want to try to call Keisuke out on it or anything. First of all, I have no proof. Second of all, I'd rather at least try to trust him. Keisuke isn't the type to just lie to me like that, especially about something so small. It'd be petty. Okay, can we just head back to the hotel now? Wait, first things first, can you explain what that whole thing was about? Huh? There we go again. That look is what I'm talking about. You had that look on your face the whole time while Tanabe-san was around. That's not... Come on, Yuichi, it's not a big deal. Can't you just tell me already? Do I really have to get into this right now? There's no way for me to have this conversation without things being incredibly stiff and awkward. I'm already so confused about this whole situation after seeing the way Tanabe was acting. For the last few years, he would barely say 2 words to me. We'd at most make polite conversation right before our matches, only for him to get terse with me again after it. The few times we talked outside of the court when coming across each other during competitions, he was always overly polite and detached. Seeing him suddenly going out of his way to talk to me, making conversation as if we were suddenly great friends again, reminiscing, apologizing? What is going on here? Yuichi-san. Sorry, I was thinking this whole thing over. Seriously, what's going on? Explain it briefly. God, he's not going to let this go until I give him something, is he? Alright, second now. Coffee time. Okay, what's the fastest way for me to explain that it will leave him satisfied and make him stop asking me questions about it? Alright, I'll tell you, but it's not a big deal. It's ancient history. It seemed pretty recent to me, what with the overly familiar way he was talking to you and everything. Yeah, well, that is a recent development. Up until now, we barely said 2 words to each other. And also, when you phrase things like that, you can't complain about me thinking you sound jealous. Well, Tanabe and I used to be close. We met quite a few years back during competitions. We'd play against each other often, and because no one other than him would really pressure me, I started getting really into it, and it turned out he did too. We started looking forward to playing against each other. From there, we started chatting before and after our matches. That evolved into trading phone numbers. After a few years, Tanabe and I started hanging out whenever we were in the same town for a competition. We also traveled a few times to visit each other, spend weekends at each other's places, that kind of thing. Asai-chan was my first tennis friend, but Tanabe was my first proper rival. We ended up becoming quite close for a while there. Of course, I couldn't hang out or talk to him as much as I do with Saya and Shuichi, but it's no exaggeration to say that I was just as close to him as I am to those two. I remember you mentioning before that he was an important rival to you, but I never knew you two were close. At least not like that, and I thought it was just a rivalry. Yeah, well, it started that way at least. Keisuke nods slowly. I can practically picture the gears shifting in his head as he's thinking all this new information over. He opens his mouth to say something, yet nothing comes out. After staying quiet like that for a bit, he closes his mouth and opens it again. This repeats for a few seconds, the words hanging in the air without being said, almost as if he can't decide which of the millions of questions flying around in his head he wants to ask first. Until finally, what changed? Back during my second year of middle school, I hit a wall. Our matches, which used to be incredibly close and even started skewing in his direction, I noticed a gap growing between us and panicked. Truth be told, I was stuck, but since I didn't know what to do about it, the distance just kept increasing. Oh, I think you mentioned that before. Yeah, I tried a few desperate ideas, but nothing seemed to stick. Eventually, by the end of my last year of middle school, the distance between us had grown so much that I lost pretty pathetically during the finals of that year's U15 All Japan. Then Tanabe cut me off. Huh? Yeah, I never understood it either. He said I wasn't taking tennis seriously. Said he was constantly working his ass off and looking forward to our matches, but I had started goofing off and acting like I didn't care anymore. He accused me of not respecting him or our rivalry. And then, well, the rest is history, really. He said that if I was going to be like that, he didn't want anything else to do with me, and that was that. After that, true to his word, he cut off contact with me. No more texting, no more calls, no more hanging out, no more traveling to see each other. Nothing. Not even practicing together. On your final year of middle school, wait, wasn't your first year of high school when I fell from the number one position in my age group? Yep. Oh. And like I said, that had been the end of it for our friendship. Until today, we hadn't properly talked in years. You can imagine just how weird it was for me, right? Adjusting from having him be as close to me as Shuichi to nothing. Wow. Keisuke looks away, biting his lower lip in frustration. I notice his eyes darting around just about everywhere. That, plus his suddenly jittery posture, tells me all I need to know right about now. Great. That's all I needed this morning, to be pitied. Absolutely perfect. Today sure has started out great, huh? Come on, let's just head back to the hotel. Wait. What now, man? Haven't we been on this topic for long enough already? There's just one last thing I want to ask before we put it to rest. Please bear with me. Fine. What is it? This friendship of yours. You talked about how you guys were so close that he was almost like Hirata to you. Yeah? What about it? But also right after he broke things off, all of a sudden your performance got impacted so hard that you fell into the ranks, and your attitude toward tennis changed dramatically. All by sheer coincidence. What's your point? My point is... was it really just a friendship? Huh? I mean that from the way you talk about it, how you guys hung out whenever you had the chance. You traveled to the other side of the country and spent time together. You'd call and text every day, and then once he broke that off, you started spiraling? It sounds more like you guys were dating than anything. What? No, absolutely not. That's ridiculous. First of all, Tanabe-kun isn't like that. Oh, and that's the only reason why it couldn't be. Because he isn't like that. What are you even asking me here? Let me make things clear. I really don't care about you having relationships before me. I already know about your ex-girlfriends. Whether you dated guys before me or not changes absolutely nothing, but I do want to know instead of being in the dark. Seriously, Keikun, this is ridiculous. There's no way. I'm telling you, Tanabe and I were never like that. Okay, you guys didn't date. Got it. Thank God. Just a crush, then. Do you still have feelings for him? Did you have feelings for him? Eh? What even is this conversation? Why are you even asking me this stuff? Because I deserve to know. Come on. I told you about my crushes when they became relevant. Namely, Urata. Hell, you were teasing me about it not too long ago today. It's not as if it changes anything, but I want to at least know. It sounds like he was a hugely important part of your life. I want to know what to expect. For instance, do I need to run interference between you two because you don't want to talk to him? Do I need to excuse myself so you two can talk things out? Do I put more of an effort to be included in the conversation? Thank you. There are a lot of things I could do here. Of course, we could say that I should leave well alone because the situation doesn't involve me, but we both know it's not that simple. I don't know how this is even relevant. The fact you can't even look me in the eye or answer a simple question is all the answer I need, I suppose. But wait, hang on a sec. Without bothering to say another word, Keisuke turns around and starts walking in the direction of the hotel. I quickly follow behind him, sputtering through my words in an attempt to smooth things over while failing to make any sense whatsoever. Yuichi-san, please stop that. You don't have to keep explaining yourself. But We talked things over. I got my answer. There's no need to rehash it to death. We're cool. Are we? Because it really doesn't seem like we are. You seem kind of mad. I'm not mad. What? That only makes you sound even more mad. Maybe because he sensed what I was thinking about. Keisuke comes to a stop, taking a deep breath before spinning around on his heels to face me. I'm not mad. I have things to think about, yes, but I'm not mad. Maybe a little annoyed at how you're refusing to talk things through with me, but again, not mad. You just said I'm not mad 3 times in the same sentence. That's basically the motto of people who are mad. Look, I don't know how many more ways I have to say this, but your past or whatever changes is nothing for me. My own past and situation is hardly uncomplicated, yet you're still stuck by me. Obviously, I'm going to do the same for you. All I want is honesty about it, and to know whether you still have lingering feelings for him or not. What's in the past is in the past. It doesn't matter to me. What? Do I still... Keisuke, I do like you. Yes, don't misunderstand me. I'm not some insecure little thing who is now wondering whether my boyfriend actually has feelings for me or not. That's not what this is. Then what is this? I'm really, really lost right now. Seriously, my head hurts. I have no idea what is going on anymore. I feel like I'm stuck in damage control mode. I know you have feelings for me. You're not exactly smooth. The way you feel for me is not something you can fake. I am 100% confident in how I feel for you and how you feel for me. But people are complicated after all. A person is capable of holding more than one feeling or emotion within themselves. It wouldn't be unreasonable for someone to have conflicting feelings for 2 people at the same time, especially if one of those people is involved in an unresolved, complicated, long-lasting, messed-up relationship. That's a lot of adjectives used right there. Oh, I know, trust me, it was not by accident. For someone who claims to not be mad, you sure are taking every opportunity you can to needle me right now. All I'm saying is, from the sounds of it, you didn't exactly have closure on the matter, and considering how incredibly lacking in perception you are about your attraction to guys, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if an even younger version of you was too dense to have noticed you had strong feelings at the time. Did you just call me stupid twice in a row? Perish the thought. I would never. Okay, now I'm sure you're messing with me at least a little bit. Even if that were the case, it's really nothing I can do about it, is there? No, not really. There you know. What was the point of the entire conversation? I'm not an idiot, Yuichi, and neither are you. I'm not asking you to do anything about it. I just want to have all the information that is relevant to our relationship. Now, I believe we've wasted more than enough time outside as is, so can we please put a spin on this and head back to the hotel? Yeah, I guess we can. You still sound angry, though. Again, I'm not, and it's not my intention to come across that way. I promise you I'm not. Me being frustrated at the situation isn't the same as me being frustrated with you. So you're not frustrated with me? Maybe a little. What? Who knows? I could tell you, but where's the fun in that? It's more fun for me to let you sweat it out a bit. You're messing with me. You're 100% messing with me. Yes, dear, it's called boyfriend privileges. I can't deal with you right now. My brain is complete and total mush. Even more confused now than I was 5 minutes ago, and I don't even know how that's possible. Me having feelings for Tanabe? There's no way. We were too young for that kind of thing. Tanabe was just a close friend to me. Right? A few hours later. Saichan's last match of the day is almost coming to an end. Thankfully, both of mine didn't take all too long, so I was able to watch most of it without a problem. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!